The Menace are just a few recent examples. The latest one in the pipeline is the Beverly Hillbillies, the movie. Our man in Hollywood, Jim Brown, has more on that.
Come and listen to a story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is.
Indeed, the Clampetts have arrived in Beverly Hills again. Only this time, they're headed for the big screen. Everything is bigger, including the Clampett fortune and, of course, the house. That oil strike only brought them $25 million in the television version. It's costing that much to make the movie, so the Clampett fortune has been bumped up to $1 billion.
Hey, look what come from Aunt Pearl while you was at the drugstore.
Buddy Ebsen, Irene Ryan, Donna Douglas, and Max Baer Jr. starred in the television series that dominated TV screens through the decade of the 60s. It was a show critics hated and the audience loved.
Jed Clampett at your service.
There was a list of 52 actors as potential Jed Clampetts, with Jim Varney finally getting the nod. Varney, who is best known for his Ernest P. Worrell character in movies and TV commercials, told me he knows he's not what people expect as Jed.
I'm trying not to do Buddy Ebsen with it, you know, I think it's wrong to try to approach and do an exact replica of someone else's performance. Definitely the flavor of Buddy Ebsen creeps in there because, you know, I was raised on that show.
How many times have I told you it's against the law to cook moonshine in Beverly Hills?
Cooking moonshine.
Just calling it rheumatism medicine don't make it legal.
The late Irene Ryan's role of Granny has gone to multidimensional CLORIS LEACHMAN, who had been everyone's first choice for the feisty Clampett matriarch. LEACHMAN said she had never seen the television version.
No, until they sent me 6 tapes. So you have six tapes worth of anything I could ingest and get inside myself and then spit back out.
What did you learn from those tapes?
Well, I learned that when they say roll, I have to start saying my line. Now I can do it, but you have to kick it up into a Jedediah Clampett, you get in here. Instead of Jedediah Clampett, you know, it's Jedediah. You have to really go up in there.
The television series supporting character of Jane Hathaway has been handed to a comedy veteran. Here is Nancy Culp as the original Miss Hathaway.
Jethro, have you been upstairs yet?
No, ma'am.
Then you've got a surprise coming to you.
What is it?
Your sweet.
So are you. And here is Lily Tomlin as the big screen's Miss Hathaway.
Well, I'm very enamored of the Clampetts because they're a very wholesome, honorable group. They believe in certain kind of very fundamental, decent things. And I, for one, am in favor of that.
Tomlin said initially she did not want to play Jane Hathaway, but
as word got around that I'd been offered the part, people literally started calling me. You know, fans and young fans, because there's a lot of huge audience in their 20s and 30s who love this show. First they'd say, I heard you're going to do Miss Hathaway. Oh, you're perfect. You're the perfect Miss Hathaway, you know. First I kind of was squint-eyed about it. I thought, surely this isn't true, you know. And then once I did accept the role, I began to think, well, everybody can't be wrong, you know. I must be the only one who is wrong. And sure enough, Miss Hathaway rather lives in my body, so when I did accept it, then I began to get phone calls. Kids would say to me, you know, the fact that you're going to be Miss Hathaway is just keeping some of us alive.
Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in.
The Beverly Hillbillies, featuring Jim Varney, CLORIS LEACHMAN, Lily Tomlin, and Dabney Coleman as Mr. Drysdale, directed by Penelope Spheris, comes to movie screens at the end of the year.
Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. You hear?
For today, Jim Brown, NBC News, Hollywood.
Coming up on, we're trying to see who Jethro was, 8:22. We're back in just a moment, right after this.